Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. My name is Don Christian. I have the privilege of serving as president here at this great institution of SUNY New Paltz. One of the real pleasures of being president is being able to preside over special events like this one, where we celebrate the culmination of so many individual efforts to accomplish something big for this institution and for our students. The groundbreaking of our new science building represents a very concrete, pardon the pun, example of what we can achieve in the interest of our students through vision, advocacy, collaboration, and perhaps especially for this project, perseverance. This project will bring a new, modern, two-story, 77,000 square foot academic building to our campus when it's desperately needed. SUNY New Paltz has the smallest allocation of academic space per student of any of the SUNY comprehensive colleges. We have a deficit of somewhere over 300,000 square feet that seriously constrains our work and our effectiveness. This building will help combat that deficit and provide a fitting educational space for 21st century teaching and learning in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, what we refer to as the STEM disciplines. New Paltz has seen a tremendous increase in enrollments and student interest in STEM over the last several years. In the past 5 years, enrollment in these majors has more than doubled. We now have well over 1,000 students majoring in STEM disciplines here at SUNY New Paltz, and we're very excited about that. The new science building will house the departments of physics and astronomy, geography, geology, mathematics, and computer science, and it'll help meet the needs of students and faculty in all of these fields. The building will include state-of-the-art laboratories, lecture halls, faculty office space, and other collaborative areas. It'll enhance faculty-student interactions, a key part of what we do here, and provide improved interdisciplinary teaching laboratories and classrooms. And in the same way that we approach all of our construction and major renovation projects, the building's design meets the college's values and goals for sustainability. Continued progress on building and improving our physical environment is critical to our ability to serve current and future students with the high-quality programs and the opportunities that they deserve. This new science building certainly helps that laudable goal. While the groundbreaking marks the ceremonial start of construction, today could not have been achieved without the assistance and ongoing support of many individuals and many companies. And I want to single out a few here for special recognition. First, we're delighted to have Chancellor Nancy Zimpher with us today, and she'll speak shortly. The Chancellor is a huge proponent of STEM education, research, and scholarship in the SUNY system. The Chancellor maintains an active schedule overseeing SUNY in its 64 campuses and more than 450,000 students, as well as being a leading national voice in higher education. And we're just delighted that she wanted to be here personally today to celebrate this project. Thank you for being here, Chancellor. Next, and on behalf of the entire community, I want to thank our state legislators, Senator John Bonasek, who's here with us today, and Assemblymember Kevin Cahill, who unfortunately could not be with us today, but we're pleased to have Vincent Rossetti and Daniel Torres. Vincent's a legislative assistant, Daniel's community liaison from that office here on the Assemblymember's behalf. Planning for this building began several years ago, and we could not have reached today where we are today without the advocacy of our senator and our assembly member. They're both longtime friends and supporters of SUNY New Paltz. They played a critical role in securing the $48 million in funding necessary for this outstanding project, which was included in the state budget and has been reappropriated each year until we've reached this stage here today. So we deeply appreciate your and the assembly members' enduring support. I want to acknowledge also the many individuals on our campus who have played significant roles in the development of the new science building as well. First of all, I want to recognize Dan Friedman, Dean of the School of Science and Engineering, and he's also director of our Hudson Valley Advanced Manufacturing Center. Dean Friedman contributed to the conception and design of this building and has helped guide the project all along the way. I want to recognize the chairs of departments that will be headquartered in this building as well. Department chairs, can you raise your hands? A few of you are here. The chairs have been crucial to ensuring that the building's design supported their respective disciplines and the unique needs of each of those disciplines. And I know that Dan and his faculty colleagues are equally excited about what this facility will bring to the academic experiences and opportunities that we create for our students. Several members of our facilities team play significant roles overseeing this project. They include Michelle Holstad, VP for Administration and Finance, well branded in SUNY New Paltz colors today. John Shoup, Assistant VP for Facilities Management, back here. John McEnroe, Director of Facilities Design and Construction, also well branded today, John, thank you. Gary Knack, Construction Manager, back here. And Jeffrey Lewis, Campus Architect, back here as well. Thank you all for being here. These individuals will continue to work on this project in vital ways as we move toward a grand opening in early 2017, and I want to thank all of you for your efforts. Joining us also today are representatives from key companies and the State University Construction Fund who have been working on and guiding this project to its opening. From Zimmer Gunsel Frasca, or what we typically call ZGF Architects, we have Margie DeBolt, partner in the company. Margie's up here. And she'll offer a few remarks here shortly. From the general contracting company, NIRAM, we have Roman Grauer Jr., president of the company. Oh, there you are. There's Roman. And finally, we have Dan Donlin, Regional Director of Design for the State University Construction Fund, back here as well. Thanks to all of you for your work on this project. I'm also pleased that some of your respective team members are also joining us today, and I want to thank all of you for your work on this project as well. I'm also delighted to have Chris Lepine, Director of Engineering from the Chazen Companies, joining us this afternoon. The Chazen Companies provided engineering expertise to the development of the design of this project. And finally, we have members of the local trade unions here with us today. We've entered into a project labor agreement, or what we call a PLA, for the new science building. A PLA ensures that jobs are unionized, it standardizes work rules per union agreements, and it's financially beneficial for the college. Thank you all once again for joining us on this wonderful occasion. And before we get to the groundbreaking, which is a little different than the usual groundbreakings where you're breaking a shovel into bare ground, here we have an opportunity to actually see something happening, and I think that adds a different dynamic. Before we get to that, I want to offer a few of our attendees a chance to offer brief remarks, beginning with Chancellor Nancy Zemfer. Chancellor?
And well said, but it is the case that I really did want to be here today, and since Don has given us such terrific weather and this has been a great week for New Paltz, I simply want to underscore that this is a happening place. What a privilege it is to work with Don Christian. He's the right leader at the right time and in the right place, and he leads not only this institution, but he leads by example to our other SUNY campuses. So it's a delight to be here with you. Thank you. I also wanted to be able to personally thank the Senator and our Assemblyman. This takes a lot of advocacy in the legislature. Our capital budget and our capital returns, very, very important to us. I want to thank you both, and the faculty and staff and the supporters in this community, the corporate leaders, the construction fund, all the people who will occupy this building. I think it's really a fantastic opportunity. So I just wanted to connect a couple of dots. And you know, New Paltz blue and SUNY blue have a lot in common. I think it's the same color code. This is part of the power of SUNY. This is our effort to be the economic engine for this great state. We are a terrific asset, and we've been working very hard in many of the STEM fields to improve healthcare, to improve energy efficiency, to stem the leaks in the education pipeline, and STEM, and I dare say STEAM, since this is such a critical arts and sciences program as well. Both contribute to the power of SUNY. And then, secondly, I believe the state has returned the favor for our investment. The Regional Economic Development Centers, this thing called NY SUNY 2020 that has allowed us to partner with other SUNY campuses to infuse talent and expertise into the economy, and now Startup New York. So I don't think New York can lose. These are fantastic initiatives. But let me add a few more. Our commitment to early college high schools and now these so-called P-Tech schools, pathways to technology, early college high schools, are STEM driven, and they give our high school students an opportunity to see their 4 years in high school with 2 years of community college work to enter the workforce really career ready. So after that, we also have from the governor our master teacher program, lifting up the best and brightest of our teachers in the STEM fields to mentor other teachers. I met with these fabulous recipients of this master teacher program, and it's ongoing, and it will guide the education of our elementary and secondary students. Added to that, a STEM incentive scholarship so that we get the very best and brightest students from our New York schools to come and study here at New Paltz and our other campuses tuition free. And then another project that we are sharing with the New York Academy of Sciences, a STEM mentoring program where our master's and graduate students mentor middle school students to show them what a scientist looks like. We actually asked them to draw a picture of a scientist, and it was pretty crazy till they met a few of them and found out that they're really nice people. And this is something, as chair of the board of the New York Academy of Sciences, a program I know quite well. And even on Monday at the United Nations, we will be partnering with countries around the world in a STEM global alliance. And this building is the very pathway to bring to reality all of the initiatives that support our efforts to catch up and surpass the demands for the STEM field. So I'm thrilled to be here. I've said what I need to say, and I will return the podium to you then.
Thank you, Chancellor, for your kind words and your tremendous support. We appreciate that a lot. The Chancellor mentioned STEAM disciplines, and people may not be familiar with that terminology. It's STEM with the arts inserted in the middle of it. And underscoring that, our Interim Dean of Fine and Performing Arts, Paul Castle, has joined us here today. And that really reinforces the strength of this interplay between the arts and the sciences at New Paltz that we're so proud of. Our next speaker is Margie DeBolt, a partner of ZGF Architects, and Margie will share some background on the design of this building.
Thank you. ZGF Architects is very excited to be here today. It's a great project, and we're very proud of it, and we're very pleased to have been able to work with the great people here on campus to come up with this design. Some of the details have already been mentioned. It's 77,000 square feet. We're on track to make a LEED silver, and it's going to be open in the end of 2016 or early 2017. What's particularly interesting to an architect about this project is that there's no back door. It has many front doors. When we first started working on the project, Mohonk Walk was just an access drive to a number of parking lots, and it's now a major pedestrian thoroughfare that takes people into the middle of campus. So a lot of students will be coming from Mohonk Walk, and they will come up between the two wings of the building. There's the east wing. The east wing is the dry labs. It's got the physics, astronomy, math, computer science. And this is a contributor to using less energy, because those spaces don't have fume hoods, do not need the kind of air that the west wing needs, which is where the research labs, the geology and geography labs are. So by separating those two wings, It made sense programmatically, but it also made a lot of sense in order to drive the energy consumption down in the building. Also on the south, as people are entering, you'll pass a 100-seat auditorium classroom, and students will probably be in there studying not just for the other departments that are in the building, but also for class work that has to do with anything on campus. And so they will get exposed to what goes on in a science building. Between these two wings is a space that we call the Science Commons. And on the ground floor and also on the second level overlooking the ground floor, there's space for students to work together in groups. And this is an initiative where science learning has been traced to more of these group activities. As pedagogy changes and as teachers are assigning group work, in old-fashioned buildings, you may see students lying on their stomachs between two concrete block walls, trying to have some kind of way of planning and responding to these group assignments. This building is designed with space that is social space, but it also enables students to work together collaboratively and in interdisciplinary modes. The outside of the building is all going to be large-scale slate shingle. So that, in one way, it resonates with geology, which is one of the departments inside, but it was really inspired by these great mountains around here, the escarpments, and they're called the gunks, which I guess is a positive name, but but the building, I think, is going to make a very good address not just to the Mohonk Way, but the other front door is the intersection here of Route 32 and Plattekill, which is where a lot of people get their first impression of the New Paltz campus. So that is also a front door, in a way, for this building, and people will be able to see the Science Commons tying these two wings together. So, in summary, we're just very excited to see it get started, and we will be thrilled to see it inhabited by a lot of bright students.
Thank you, Margie. Senator John Bonasek has lent consistent support and just been a great friend to the college over his many years of public service, and I'm delighted he could join us at New Paltz twice in 1 week to share in big announcements for our STEM fields. Senator Bonasek.
Thank you. First of all, good afternoon. I'll try not to speak too long because I don't want you to get that Caribbean tan, which you're all getting now. You know, as an elected official, you may not get to an announcement at a university, a SUNY system, maybe 3 to 5 years intermittently. But I think in the last 2 or 3 years, we've been here quite often. The restoration of Old Main, the Student Activity Center, 3D printing, a breakthrough, Governor here Tuesday, $10 million competitive grant, and today. Now, that says a lot about the dynamic leadership and vision of this university, as well as the entire SUNY system. I happen to think that the SUNY system is the best in the nation, public education for higher. I'm one of those believers. And I know our good assemblyman is not here today, a graduate of SUNY New Paltz, and he too is a passionate fighter. And I have an ally there in trying to bring maximum benefits to this institution. Let me say briefly, what I envision of what America needs to be ready and to become stronger in the 21st century is what I call intellectual capital. Intellectual capital grows in a STEM core disciplines. And you never know if one of these students that come out of a STEM program might have a cure for a disease, might be the next Apple or Google. That's what excites me. You're giving students, both locally, domestically, and internationally, a place to come to learn in the STEM programs of what America needs to be stronger and what the private sector is demanding in a ready workforce as we continue into the 21st century. These are exciting times in New York for education. And what people don't realize, we are like in the top 3 to be here, like a Silicon Valley gets all the credit in California. They want to come to New York, these investors and these hedge fund people. They want to be here because they know there's a public-private partnerships to work, whether it's new chips, whether it's new inventions, whether it's expanding our education facilities for cutting-edge industries and studies for what our students want. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for letting me participate.
Thank you, Senator. Assemblymember Kevin Cahill is a proud New Paltz alum, class of 1977. He's also been a tremendous longtime supporter of his alma mater since he graduated from the college. The Assembly member, as I've said, couldn't be here today, but he asked that I read a letter on his behalf. And he wrote, "Dear faculty, staff, students, friends, I regret that other duties prevent me from being with you today. This new science building represents the latest in our ongoing commitment to keep SUNY New Paltz a technologically advanced, productive, and attractive campus. With over $150 million in capital investments in the last several years, it is clear that we in the legislature are as prepared to grow our campus as we are proud of all for which it stands. This facility will allow students and faculty alike to experience the richest learning environment possible. It's not just an investment for today, it's truly a down payment on our future. I'm proud to have the opportunity to play a role in many of these projects that bring cutting-edge technology, athletic facilities, housing, student support, and other educational resources to our college. This campus, our faculty, and these students offer the brightest promises for our future. This latest endowment, totaling over $45 million, secured by my colleagues and me in the legislature to construct a 77,000 square foot science learning center, will serve as a regional hub for the next generation of scientists, mathematicians, and researchers. Congratulations to all who stand together in support of a bright future, public higher education, and in particular, the great State University College at New Paltz. Best wishes, Kevin A. Cahill, Member of Assembly. So thank you. So thank you all again for being here today. It's now time for our ceremonial groundbreaking. So I'll ask that the following people please pick up a shovel and hard hat and join me in the ceremonial location. Chancellor Zempfer, Senator Bonasek, Dean Friedman, John Shoup, John McEnroe, Gary Knack, Margie DeBolt, Roman Grauer, Dan Donlin, and his colleague Chris Marcella, Vincent Rossetti from Assemblymember Cahill's office, and Chris Lapine. Thank you all.
It's already recording, so go ahead.
Okay.
On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Is that enough or do we keep going?
It's covered.